Hi everyone, Macsen here. Welcome back to my Stellaris Let's Play, playing with the Miseleon Independent New Territories on hard difficulty. In the previous video, I got to do some genetic manipulation with the first time with my race, the Miseleon. So if I can find the right screen, I can actually show that. I haven't actually added any traits yet, but we now have two types of Miseleon which are able to colonize different types of planets. There was an event earlier on, of course, which we got a new Miseleon species from that as well, the Neo-Miseleon, which in my opinion aren't that great. But I'm going to be doing some more genetic engineering in the future, especially when I get another trait point. And I'm actually about to colonize a planet pretty soon, so I intend to do a tiny bit there as well. In between videos, I've updated my build list as usual. For example, I'm sticking a enhanced spaceport here so I can get the observatory module. This is definitely going to be a real key science planet, and I intend to be upgrading this quite a bit further. I'm making a lot of science here. On the capital, I've actually decided to spend a bit of influence, and yeah, I'm actually making a building here, the Galactic Stock Exchange. Perhaps I don't really need it, considering I've had so much money recently, but it can only be made on the capital, so I might as well get it done eventually. There are some other specialized buildings I might want to get up. I think I'm actually going to put the Research Institute on that Electric Secundus world, though, since it gives extra science, and the observatory would be... this would be better there with the observatory than on the capital in theory, with the extra 10%. Other than that, the Chinur are being integrated, and I'm going to be declaring war on 3 nations within a short space of time, and I believe the date is 2nd of April 86. These 2 nations and then the Rontor. Right, let's get going then anyway. Hopefully I can get better terms, better relations with these guys soon. Money has dipped a huge amount for some reason. I have no idea why. There's a bit of a bug here which I'm not sure I've mentioned in annotations, but both of them say available, but he is actually on that, so I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, so money all of a sudden may be an issue. Actually, on this planet here, there was a Batharian stone builder. I destroyed, actually decided to demolish it since it didn't need money all that much. I'll probably stick it on the capital. This capital building is actually a bit badly placed since there's a special building there. So I probably maybe should move that. I'm thinking there perhaps. Right, so Electra Tertius, I hadn't realised that when I upgraded it. It's finished something. I don't know why my money's dropped. My money's dropped a huge amount for some... Oh, it's because of that colony. Yeah, we now have... Even though it doesn't say up here, in effect, we have 6 colonies on the go. So I'm losing 10% off my money, as it probably mentions here somewhere. And also 10% off the influence as well. So, yeah, inefficient planetary management, you can see at the top. Yeah, so that's my money issues. Having a ton of surplus is over for the time being. Unemployment, let's move this guy to there. And I should probably make Frontier Clinic here since it's the next best food time.
Construction complete. Debris analyzed.
Okay, I have no idea what that was making. And we've got debris, so just a bit of physics there. Okay, we've found something here. A gigantic skeleton. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Tiffin 5A have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Tiffin 5A could have supported life on that scale at any point in the moon's history. Science Officer Glosh has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery.
Situation log updated.
I was going to use physics research. Am I doing any... You know what, I'm going to wait a few months for that, or am I? No, I'll just do it. Okay, I got some debris there I need to do as well. Looks like I've been forgetting my scientist maybe, or at least one of them on Siet. So where was that debris? Lom... It's up here. Okay. Yeah, all the debris run out now. Maybe I could have done a better job picking it up. There was definitely some debris I missed, but we're going to be going to war with these. You can't get tech so they don't have, and I doubt they have a huge amount ahead of us in terms of weapons techs. We can't like pick up non-weapons techs, I believe, so I doubt we've missed too much. Right, so I believe the spaceport here was finished. Let's make the observatory. On the hall where I made that Engos habitation station, maybe I should have made the refinery for the weapons. I'm really not sure how it works. I've never actually used this. So it's extra 10% energy weapon damage. Whether that is an Empire bonus or you only get it on that spaceport, I don't know. Have to find out in future. If I start losing a lot of money, then I'm going to dump this extra colony.
Research
but at the moment I
complete.
don't mind losing a bit. So I can get colonies a bit quicker. Right, we have new tech, the Arctic world colonization, which I will no doubt be using at some point. And right, there's a number of techs here. The tech I really want here now is the extra gene points, and I'm sure there's some other ones I wouldn't mind having as well. I have 10 leaders at the moment, and it is getting to the point where I feel as if that's not quite enough. So I might want to pick that up, but there's some sort of resource here. So there's speed, sublight speed, chance to evade, and for that module it reveals resource, and for all I know there could be a building here that it's not telling me about. So I am going to pick that up. It's reasonably cheap as well. So what other options is there? Leader capacity, leader capacity. That is cheap though, isn't it? Yeah, I'll go with that. Could maybe. Well, I've got one governor, 6 scientists, 2 admirals, and a general. So maybe I could do with some more governors, definitely. Maybe even some more scientists for finding debris. Silver just completed that, I believe, so it probably doesn't come online until next month, I imagine. It looks as if I've actually lost my extra Batharian stone. That's back in Pirac territory, so I'm gonna have to pick that up off them again at some point. Is money gonna go up anytime soon?
Construction complete.
Does that even work? Who knows? It's just a 1 or 10% extra anomaly discovery chance. I haven't actually found any anomalies down here yet. What is... right.
Construction complete.
The Boss Tuxica are now guaranteeing a United Jets in-act systems. That's good. They were actually doing that before. I want them to do that to stop these from attacking them. They're rivaled, so that's really good. Prevents me from attacking them as well, but I had no intentions of attacking them because I don't want to border with these guys yet. Siet Prime surface Q is done. It looks like we've got a robot. Probably should use it on that really amazing production tile. So let's get that there and upgrade that. Okay, what is that? Non-aggression between those two. They were at war not all that long ago. Let's move that there. Okay, and let's stick Gavin back here for the happiness.
Special project complete.
Okay. Special project completed. After continued studies of the massive skeletal remains found on Tiffin 5A, Science Officer Glosh has concluded that the creature served as some kind of organic starship. Much smaller bones from at least 3 separate species were found within the larger skeleton, and we assume that these came from members of the crew. For unknown reasons, the organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash landed on Tiffin 5A. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like this, the study of these bones alone has substantially advanced our knowledge. Incredible. So there's a ton of extra science in that province. Now when can I... do I have a election next? Once I've integrated a Chinor, I can get a ton of influence. I actually want to change my government. It's quite a while away. That's a lot of science. I'm not going to ignore that amount of science. So let's go and get an outpost there straight away. I want to actually do these alien specimen procurements, which I've held off doing for absolutely ages. No, actually we have a mandate already, I hadn't realised. But I'm going to wait to do that until I do probably some genetic research and a lot of genetic research. That way I won't be delaying my science unnecessarily, or at least more so than I have to if I'm doing 2 at once or more than 1. Right, this science vessel then, I believe I've done all the anomalies. So what is this one good at? Normally fail risk. I could have it do... well, I want the anomaly extra bonus one to survey, so I think what I'm actually going to do is stick it on my best science place, which happens to be Electra Secundus, doesn't it? So let's assist research there.
Debris analyzed.
For the time being. We've actually got amoeba breeding program bonus there. So I think that's all the debris. And this one can go back to Avarice. Silver. Okay, migration treaties between them. Unemployed citizen here. Let's have...
construction complete.
That there, that robot's gonna eventually go there, but for now I shall make a mine. Okay, spaceport made there, or that was made there, so the science should have gone up. And also surveying range. So I'm getting a heck of a lot of science out of this place, and it's only going to grow. We're going to upgrade capital here.
Construction
Chinor integrated. I may actually keep on to electroplanets for a tiny bit longer than I was planning on doing, so just to get that world up. Electroprime
colony established.
Okay, so that has now been established. Right, no idea what was going on there. Unemployed. Okay, let's put that down there temporarily. Need to upgrade some science. Right, Tiffin's done. That can go there. Is that the best food tile? 1 food. There's a better food tile there. So what I'm actually going to do is switch this guy over. Clear that. Move that back to there. Upgrade the spaceport. And build some droids. Now, I want to see if there's an issue with this building working. I'm not sure it is actually working and giving me the extra 10% to energy credits that it's supposed to. Maybe it's showing up here and I'm not aware. What I'm going to do though is save the game and load the game, see if that fixes it if there is an issue. After saving and loading the game, the Galactic Stock Exchange is actually showing up here now, and the money does seem to have gone up by about 10%, so it does seem that there was an issue there, and it's pretty common actually within Stellaris where Occasionally you need to basically reload the game every now and again, especially with things like that, and also when you go over the directly controlled colonized system amount as well, or go back to the level that is equal to the maximum or under it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that when I drop down back to 5 at some point, more than likely. EU4 actually had that issue as well with a few things, or still has that issue. I haven't played it for a while, but yeah, it's pretty common with Paradox games, it would seem. I've updated build lists here and there again, spent some production. Let's get going. Oh, that reminds me. Science-wise, what I need to do, before I let the clock run a bit too much, I need to, since that's completed, let's modify our species a little bit. So I'm going to do this one, and we just colonized the continental world, didn't we? That one there. So what I'm going to do is, with this population, turn it to a continental preference. 2 population is 360 cost. Let's modify that. So that will probably take updated. 2 months, which isn't very much. But let's. Where's it to? It should be in a capital, shouldn't it? Based on previous experience. Who is this? Migration treaty proposal. I'm still declining that. It's going to be part of my empire very soon now. Wormhole generation is completed. So that means we should be able to explore further with our wormholes, and it takes less time to actually travel by wormhole. Plasma accelerators, we actually got a huge amount of progress on that, so I could pick that up. It's only 4 months. That's probably worthwhile doing as well, rather than waiting for debris. Second level of barrier point defense would be very good. I actually really want that now for the extra capacity, but yeah, I think that's a clear choice. Probably might be able to pick it up in debris in the next war, but the cost goes up if I don't. Right, weapons would be good for the next war anyway. Right, so where's the science ship to? Avarice. Probably should wait until it gets there. Pretty much. Okay, something going on here. Guarantee revoked. Faraday Union. Real good directorates. Looks like the Syndicate of Insular Nations may have lost territory. I'm guessing, because they're in the Faraday race. So they are down to 5. Yeah, so I think they've lost 3 planets somehow. Peace with them, so they're probably going to lose a ton of territory. They've got loads of wars going on. Unemployment here, I am going to, let's clear that tile. Okay, and I'll stick, oh, that's pretty good actually, so I'll leave that there for the time being. And I should probably stick the clinic there actually as well, shouldn't I? Okay.
Construction complete.
Different prime, surface Q. Right, I'm going to demolish that and make that there. That go on some energy, I guess. Non-aggression pacts, okay. Something I've been considering as well, I was having a look at some of the species before. If we look at the GS Inax, if I can find them in here, I better do alphabetical I guess. These guys would be really good for a a leader type cast, I believe, because they start with talented. There's a couple of leader type traits, one which gives experience and one which gives them longevity, an extra 30 years enduring, I think it is. So if I had those 3 all together, they would make really good leaders. Also, slow breeders is pretty good. I wouldn't want them breeding very much. I just want them for leadership purposes. And that's really good as well. Charismatic. So they're pretty much perfect leader cast in my opinion. And since we're individualists, we can have leaders from another population at some point. I don't think we have the tech for it yet. So I wouldn't mind having a non-migration treaty with them if I don't own their territory. Problem is that going to annoy the VM hedge money if I start getting on good terms with them? Decent chance of it actually, but I might risk it. They already have a migration treaty with a box Texica. So we're pretty close there. I could build up trust by giving out. I could give them a gift of some sort. What about... Well, we saw money before, didn't we, that it doesn't really give you anything at all. So, yeah, I'm going to get a non-aggression treaty with them. I don't think it will necessarily affect relations with the likes of the VM hedge money, to be honest. Yeah, it just doesn't at all automatically, but friends of enemies type thing it might affect. Right, so so every month now we get half a point, and I'm gonna keep an eye on them, see when I can get a migration treaty. Oh wow, only it won't be long before I can get that. Okay. Yeah, I think you need complete. Attack though before you can have other populace be leadership. Yeah, change that policy. Right, Wormhole Prime did something.
Special project complete.
Okay, what is that? That is probably the species ones. Let's check this out. So we now have 3 different types of Miseleon. All of them I can still modify. Enclave attacked. One of our enclaves of Electra Secundus was attacked by the primitive alien natives to the planet. The massive warband managed to partially breach our walls, and their warriors slaughtered untold colonists before they were driven off by our security services. Primitive scum. Okay, so I think I just lost that populace there basically. So that's a really good tile next to 2, so I'm gonna switch that one over. He can go there. That one can be deactivated a little bit actually. Right, let's get going.
Research complete.
Okay, unemployment. That guy can go there for a bit. Research. Plasma accelerator, we picked that up. So this is really good armor penetration, pretty good damage. Actually, the Rontor, they have low amounts of shield, so maybe I shouldn't go for like heavy shield stuff. I should just go for heavy armor, arguably. I think I said the opposite before. Shields, level 5. We got better shields in there, have better defenses, so maybe I should just go for weaponry. I actually would quite like this. This may actually be the final energy upgrade, but it's pretty damn expensive as you can see. So how many months? That would be 100 months. Probably a bit too much. Disruptor. I'm sure I can pick that up via debris maybe, because Pyrrhac had it before. The gamma lasers I think they've actually got, so maybe I shouldn't. Oh, that's really expensive as well. So I haven't seen anyone with shields. Let's pick up shields, I guess. Are those? Okay, that science got done. Okay, Okay, a few things going on here. So does the Syndicate of Interstellar Nations still exist? Sort of. So my piece of the urination, defensive pack with a mesh bin. Yeah, both of those two seemingly got defensive packs. So how are things looking here? There's only one superior. Well, they're completely superior to us though, sadly. They're really doing well as well. They're still ahead of me, these guys. They now have 15 planets, so they're a definite threat. I caused a bit of threat with them. That's going though. So I'm really gonna want to maybe gift them and try and get a non-aggression treaty relatively soon before they become a bit of an issue. The Syndicate of Interstellar Nations have 3 planets now, they're down from 8. So they really got wrecked. I'm gonna board this with these guys soon, which isn't gonna be good. Unemployed citizen, a robot here. Let's switch this round to there. That can go there, I guess. Let's pick up a bit of money. Research. Oh, we picked up this resource. Let's check this out then. We'll have a look what we can go for next. I think I'll pick up this tech then because it's cheap. Save me a tiny bit in minerals. I've already got habitability of around 90% anyway on my worlds, arguably. So unless you've got the happiness to go over 90%, do you really need the extra habitability? What's going on here then? Defensive pact. Defensive pact. Okay. Can I get the migration treaty with the Jess in X? Yes, I can. So I think it's a good idea having these guys in my world. So I want this, and I can also migrate to them actually as well. You actually get extra trust, it would seem, by doing migration treaties. Okay. This shouldn't affect things here. Okay,
Construction
so
complete.
Got that, it would seem. So I don't know what the likelihood of leaders turning up here later on when I am actually have the tech to have them as leaders will be, since I'll probably only have very few numbers. I'm not sure if it's related to the numbers of a population within your empire. There's a decent chance it is, but yeah, we'll find out, I guess. Okay, this is building done here and here, I think. That's fine.
Construction complete. Incoming transmission.
Okay, Tiffin, finished surface, so it might be. Yeah, I was rebuilding something. Defensive pact. Oh wow, okay. Wasn't expecting that to happen. That is what I thought it was. Yeah, defensive pact and invitation. These guys are ahead of us in the list. They are. Yeah, and for that reason I should probably get a defensive pact. They're ahead tech-wise, and they have 15 planets, so they can turn that into a lot more strength in terms of fleet power with the naval capacity compared to, say, these guys who only have 8 planets. They're now receptive, so even though this is going to cost me influence, I think I should accept it. I'm actually going to be losing influence then for a bit, but the Chin are nearly integrated now. How long are we away? 20 months. Yeah, I should be able to do that. So I'm going to agree to this. And yeah, well, the problem is I can't easily expand over here now. I think these guys actually have a defensive pact with the Narilga as well, sadly. They may even be trying to form some sort of alliance or federation. Yeah, if us 3 nations here could form some sort of pact, maybe we could even go after the Vem hedge money, which would be a great idea. And when we get strong enough as well, I would like to take on one of these fallen empires, but we're well from doing that still. But I think that's the right decision for the time being.